Welcome, ladies and gents. My name is Curci, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new DC movie lineup. The next 10 movies that DC and Warner Brothers are going to be putting out from the year 2016 to the year 2020. And it all kicks off with the obvious one, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. This is going to have Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill reprising his role as Superman. You know what? I didn't hate Man of Steel. I actually liked the movie, so I'm going in with high hopes that Ben Affleck is going to do a good job as Batman. You know what? He is evolved as an actor. He just did Gone Girl. He got off of Argo. I mean, this guy is talented, and I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. The new images with Ben Affleck as Batman, really cool. And the new images of the Batmobile, that's really cool. And you know what? I'm excited for this movie. I wish that they had changed it a little bit with as many people as they're throwing in. They're throwing in Aquaman, they're throwing in Cyborg, they're throwing in Wonder Woman. I'm like, do we really need all this? I wish that this cinematic universe stuff wasn't actually a thing. As weird as that sounds, I wish that it wasn't the way it was like this. I wish that it had just been Batman and Superman. If you want to do a cameo with Wonder Woman, fine. If you want to do a cameo with Aquaman, fine. But maybe that's a little too much. Maybe just one. Let's just have one. The next movie is Suicide Squad. It's going to be coming out the same year as Batman v Superman. But here's the thing. I know what Suicide Squad is, but some people may not. That is the same argument that people had with Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people knew what they were. I personally did not. Now this is DC trying to recreate what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, and here's the kicker. Guardians of the Galaxy proved that Marvel could do whatever they want. DC hasn't proven that. They can't do whatever they want, so I think this is a huge risk for them to do Suicide Squad. There are rumors about who they're targeting for casting, like Will Smith is one of them. I really don't think Will Smith is going to do this because he's not going to want to share the spotlight with other people. He really only ever does movies where he is the definitive role or his son's in it. I don't know. Suicide Squad is a risky move. I'm not entirely sure if DC is going to be able to pull it off, especially with all the animosity that the fact that they really don't make a lot of really good movies. Wonder Woman starring Gal Gadot is going to be in 2017. She's going to get her own standalone movie. This is weird because she is supposed to be in Batman v Superman. So now she's getting her standalone movie. This is where I'm going to start getting my concerns. Like, is it going to be her origin story? Does she really need an origin story? Is it going to be like a Thor thing where Thor's just sort of there, but this is how she became the hero? And also, was she actually Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman, or was she just sort of there in her human getup as she's, oh, I'm just here. My name is Diana. It's not Wonder Woman, but whatever. That's another thing too. I really hope they don't actually call her Wonder Woman in the movies. I hope they just call her Diana, because let's face it, DC doesn't have the best names for their heroes, because we just got Aquaman and now we got Wonder Woman. I just hope they go the King of Atlantis, Arthur, and Diana. I'm really excited for the Wonder Woman movie. I'm weird that it's coming out now. I mean, I hope they're not doing an origin story and then you're screwing with me timeline-wise. Like, oh, Wonder Woman comes after Man of Steel, but before Batman v Superman. Please don't do that. Do what Marvel's doing, where as the movies come out, these are how they're actually being organized in the timeline. The next movie we get, also in 2017, is Justice League Part 1. Rumor has it that it's going to be Brainiac as the main villain. I'm excited about this. It's going to have Batman, it's going to have Superman, it's going to have Wonder Woman. And that's the problem, is that I don't know who else is going to be in this movie. There's rumors Cyborg's going to be in Batman v Superman, Aquaman's going to be in Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman's going to be in Batman v Superman. We got Suicide Squad that's just sort of there. Does that mean that all those guys are going to be in Justice League Part 1? Because you're missing a lot of really key characters like Green Lantern and The Flash. Speaking of The Flash, the next movie to come out in 2018 will be The Flash, and it's starring Ezra Miller. This confirms that the TV series is not going to cross over. DC or Warner Brothers, I don't know who it was, but somebody said that they weren't going to cross the two over. I'm okay with that, because I like the universe that Arrow is building up to, and the movies are kind of like, it's a little bit of uncharted territory for DC. They haven't really gotten a cinematic universe. They've made movies here, movies there, sequels to those, sequels to this. Some are not as good as the others, but whatever. Now they're actually trying their best to try to create a cinematic universe, and they're doing 10 movies. This is a really risky move. They have to do it because they have to answer to Marvel. They have to do something like this. But I'm really glad that they're not crossing over Arrow and The Flash. They're doing their own thing on the TV series. But the odd thing is, like, why did DC allow a Flash show to happen if they were going to do a Flash movie? Let's face it, if things were going to collide, the movies are going to take priority over the TV show. So why was the Flash movie not trumping the Flash TV show? Let's keep it in mind, I love the TV show. I love Arrow. I am so far liking the Flash. I like both of them. Gotham, another story. I mean, Balloon Man, really? But it's weird because I feel like the guy from the TV series is not going to be as relevant as the guy from the movies. Like the Barry Allen here is just going to be so much on an upper scale than this guy. It's like, why are we going to have two Flashes in media right now? Why didn't DC just be like, look, you can't do a TV show on the Flash because we got a movie for the Flash. I mean, you can have this guy, you can do a TV show on him and link that into your universe. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit disappointed that Stephen Amell is not going to be in any of the movies. I mean, the guy kills it as Oliver Queen, he kills it as Green Arrow. But let's be honest, this does not also prove that there will never be a Green Arrow. Because there's a Flash in the movies, there might be later down the road a Green Arrow movie. We don't know, and I'm really excited because I like Ezra Miller as an actor. I like the whole Flash. I mean, the Flash is one of the characters that actually has a cool name and a cool concept. Next movie also coming out in 2018 is the rumored Jason Momoa starring as Aquaman. This has been animosity. We all thought he was going to be like Lobo or maybe Doomsday, maybe Martian Manhunter, but no, it has been confirmed. He is now Aquaman. I'm excited because I actually don't hate the Aquaman story as long as he's like the king of Atlantis. They don't give him that stupid outfit. Give him like a little, like sort of how he was in Injustice Gods Among Us. Like that guy was a badass. I actually like that version of Aquaman. I mean, I like Jason Momoa. The guy, he's awesome in Game of Thrones, and I am a huge fan at this point. Anything he does, I want him to do well in. But Aquaman is one of your riskier movies to do. Like, maybe I'm interested to see, because he's rumored to be in Batman v Superman, is he actually going to have is this going to be his origin story? It all comes down to, like, are these guys getting introduced now, or have they already been introduced, and now they're getting their standalone movies? It's weird how DC has this, they want to do 2 movies a year, and if you haven't figured the pattern out yet, that is what they're doing. We still got 4 more movies to go. I don't know. I'm indifferent about Aquaman. I think that there are many ways that they can make this really great. There are many ways that they can make this really bad. Now, the next movie to come out is Shazam in 2019, and we already know one casting for it. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam, the villain in the movie, and I actually like this casting. But it raises the question of who's going to play Shazam. Now, the interesting thing about this character is that Billy Batson is a kid who can turn into an adult with superpowers, but he's still a kid on the inside. So whoever they pick to play Shazam himself, like the superhero Shazam, has got to be like a little childish on the inside. Like, they don't have to be, but they got to be able to play that really well. Hey, I'm calling it right now. Huh? For the love of God, please don't do this. The second movie in 2019 is Justice League Part 2. So we've been introduced to more characters. We have Shazam now we have the Flash. Aquaman might have already been introduced, but we don't really know. But we haven't been introduced to everybody. Like, not everybody has had their standalone movie. Like, Cyborg is supposed to be in Batman v Superman, which probably means he's probably going to be in the first Justice League movie, which probably means he's going to be in this movie. And then he finally gets his own standalone in 2019. This doesn't make any sense. Like, this guy has been in 3 other movies, and now he gets his first standalone, because now if this is an origin story, you've lost me, because this movie that comes out in 2020 has to go 4 years in the past before it's actually relevant. It's like, this is how Cyborg became Cyborg. Now, if they cover his origin story while in the middle of Batman v Superman, I'm on board with that. But again, you're having like this orgy of superheroes in one movie where it's only really supposed to be Batman and Superman going pata. The second movie in 2020, the last one on this list, is Green Lantern, a reboot. Nobody's been attached to it. We have no idea who's going to be playing them. It's probably not going to be Ryan Reynolds. But also, why are we getting introduced to Green Lantern now? Even if we are getting introduced to him, why is he getting his first movie now? I could honestly see Hal Jordan being in the Justice League movies, and then he dies in one of them, and then this is the origin story of John Stewart. I'm on board with this. I'm totally all about it. It's a weird lineup, and these are all the movies that have been lined up. It's just, are they going numerically, or are they just, the way they come out is the way that they happen, or are we gonna have to go backwards with it? It's really weird, and there's no focus on some of the characters. They're not building it up the same way that Marvel did, and I think that Marvel has proven that they can do whatever they want. DC hasn't. So this alone is a big risk. I don't think that they should have been this ahead of the game. I think that they honestly should have been Batman v Superman. If that's a success, a Justice League movie is in the works, doesn't matter, we're gonna do it. And that's where I think they should have played it slow before they started building for a cinematic universe. They're trying so hard to play catch up with Marvel that I think it's just gonna be too much for them, and they're just gonna fail. But I grew up as a DC fan, so honestly, I want this more than most people to succeed. I don't want them to fail. I want my Justice League movie. I want to see Batman, Superman, The Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. I want to see all these guys in one huge movie. But they got a lot of catching up, and their track record doesn't give me a lot of confidence, and I'm worried that it's just not going to work out. I would have been happy if they had just gone Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and then their first Justice League, and then there's your trilogy. And if we want to expand from there, if everything worked well, then we'll expand from there because everything worked well. I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't want it to be bad. I want it to be good more than anything, but man, I have doubts. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.